Good morning, everyone. It's 25th April 2017. Welcome to another episode of ProAMT Traders Digest. Disclaimer: trading in stocks derivatives involves substantial risk of loss and not suitable for all investors. Past or simulated performance is not a guarantee of future results. All systems, indicators, strategies shown here are for education purpose only. All levels discussed here are for understanding the study and not a recommendation to trade. Please consult your personal financial advisor before making any investment or trade decision based on anything that is discussed here. We will not be responsible for any resulting profits or losses. So let's have a look at what Nifty Futures has done through the day. Now we get a open above the previous day's close into this single print area, then the push below to test the previous day's settle failed, and then we get almost a one time framing up, though D and E highs were same, but we have higher lows, so it's one time framing. Pushed above this HVN, rejected, but finally in the F period it broke out, and then continuously one time framing up till the K period. So apart from the last two periods, we have one time framing up market, and goes into the there is a nice balance here, goes into the POC of that balance and closes just below that. Overall, a nice trend day with the POC staying lower into the previous balance POC. So this becomes a very important zone to watch. There are single prints, extension handles stacked here between 9171 to 9191. So these all are references, with this HVN also as an important reference. And we had observed this 9170 as a bull bear zone. So that will also act as a reference in today's auction. So here we get a nice channeled move up. So this goes sideways, but if we see overall, it's a nice channeled move up with spikes coming in again and again. So opportunity to short, I shorted, and again got the stop loss got hit, and then again when it reached the highs, again shorted that time, and that time was able to get a decent exit. So overall, looks like forced short covering because volume was coming, the sellers were jumping in but getting ripped. The VWAP was trending upwards, and we have left a lot of uh, naked volume POCs on it on the way up. So today need to see how the auction behaves when it tries to correct, in case if we fall back into today's range. Let's see the Renko. Before that, let's see the 15 minutes as well, because though there it looks like a channel move, but before that we have this nice stacked, no supply, no demand, no supply. So this stack and a breakout makes this zone very important again, because of this no activity and then activity. And delta was lackluster, sellers were coming in getting ripped, again buyers came in, and then booking out towards the highs. Now let's see the Renko. We have a opening swing, a break of the opening swing, and then a continuous impulse. So we get a pullback, impulse goes sideways, again impulse, pullback, impulse, sideways, and impulse. So overall, continuous move into the VPOC of this trend day of 18th April. Now let's see what we can expect. So this is an important reference. Also, that there is a minor pullback, and this happens to be a zipper breakout as well and a retest. So nice zone that 9207, and then we have this day mid as a nice reference. So expecting, if it opens higher and is able to stay above previous day's range, and if not above previous day's range, then above previous day's settle. Even if it comes to test this and instantly reverses back, then it pushes through 9240 and towards 9265. In case it rejects from there and gets into the previous day's range, then expecting it to go into this HVN, because there is a LVN here and this HVN. So maybe push into this HVN. In case it starts getting supply below that HVN, then push lower into the 9170 9165 zone. And otherwise, if it gets more supply into that zone, then this will again act same as it acted before, and the auction might push down towards the 9140 and then later on 9130 zone. On the upside, if we push above this 9265, then expecting it to go towards 9300 and maybe a new ATH. Now there was a Reliance result better than the expectations, so there'll be a lot of optimism again. But generally, Reliance has behaved negatively whenever it produces good results. Uh, it was in a sideways trend, and the good results used to be a nice excuse for the smart money to distribute it to the retail. So now it's in an uptrend, so they can take this excuse as a positive one and ramp the prices higher as well. Now coming to Bank Nifty, we had an open inside the range and then directly push higher. B period comes back in but fails. C period tries to go higher, comes back. We get a pullback low in D period itself, and then one time framing up till the K period. And then we get a nice pullback low. Ideally, if this pullback low is somewhere into this break, this G period low, and make a nice pullback low would have been better. Break this I period low and make a pullback low would have been better. But now what has happened is reality. So my expectation versus the reality can be different many a times. Now there is a thin profile overall on the upside, and if this auction continues higher, most likely to probe into this 21940 zone. Now let's have a look at the 3 minutes. So on the 3 minute, we get a channeled move up, then goes sideways, and then again the volume is minimal. Volume has dropped completely into this sideways zone, and we get a volume push higher. So when we are getting a volume push higher above the initial balance high, then the most likely scenario is that till we do not get another widespread bar up with volume, the auction might not end. And it gives a nice channel move up and closes towards the highs of the day. Now on the 15 minute, again the same thing. We get a no supply and no demand formation, and the breakout of that. Again we get a no demand, a push above that, When it tries to probe down, there is no supply, and we are not closing below this no supply low ever. So a nice build up from here. Though the delta was negative, they were ramping the prices higher. The momentum was quite good, and it fell short of the VPOC of this day is from 18th April. So now let's have a look at the Renko charts. So we have opening swing breakout. Opening swing is opening swing is formed here itself. So one low and one high, and then pulls back. So this opening swing is done. We have a opening swing breakout with a thrust, and we get an impulse. Now this pullback stretched way lower but didn't go through this zipper, so it's a valid pullback. And then again we get an impulse, pullback, impulse, pullback, impulse. Then this uh, move happened to be a bit dodgy one, because it's critical. What do we consider? We consider this zipper or this zipper as a reversal level. So when the day mid is near, better to just like assume the levels a few points down rather than giving up if we have entered the longs. Now tries to create an impulse, fails, creates a zipper. This is the highest zipper we get into this range. There is a zipper here with just one positive bar. Here we get a two positive, two negative bar zipper. So it's the biggest zipper we get into this range. And then impulse, pullback, a bigger impulse, pullback, zigzag. This pullback again breaks this, but there's nothing to lean on. So this might again have proved a bit dodgy for the longs. And then again we get an impulse, pullback, impulse. Now here we get a double top formation and a zipper. So this was again tradable for a likely scenario to break this, but this was not broken, and this impulse, pullback, impulse turns out to be a reversal again, and then it keeps on zipping slowly and pushes through the price where the highest volume was traded. So now let's see what we can expect for today. So we mark this zone, we have this important zone, and we have this zone. So any push above this, open above and stay above, and even if it comes and tests the 830 then and pushes up higher, then the likely scenario is that it will go into the 940. From there it can reject and come back into the range, or continue its move higher above 22k. If it pushes through this zone, then there is a nice LVN here separating two volume distributions, and also the VWAP is settled right there, so that 730 might act as a good support. From 730 it can again push back higher. If it starts accepting below 730, then the first likely scenario is go into this LVN and the nice rotation zipper zone. And if it does not stay here, then go into the 21640 and then create value maybe inside this range. So that is the likely scenario of what I am expecting Bank Nifty to do. So thanks for watching, and have a profitable trading day ahead. Expiry week, and Nifty is just short of 2-3 points to complete its objective of the weekly projected high. So if that objective is not completed, the possibility is still open for even trading the weekly projected low. So cannot ignore that possibility. But in case it probes through the weekly projected high, then very very less likely that we'll come down. So thanks again, and have a nice day.